Welcome to ISOO's training on classification challenges. During this briefing, we will discuss the benefits of classification challenges and the timeframes involved in classification challenge processes. My name is Carolina Klink, and I am a program analyst in operations at the Information Security Oversight Office located at the National Archives in Washington, D.C. There are two primary references for information on classification challenges. Executive Order 13526 prescribes a uniform system for classifying, safeguarding, and declassifying national security information. 32 CFR Part 2001 is the implementing directive for the executive order. Both documents can be found on the ISOO webpage. In accordance with EO 13526, everyone is encouraged to question the classification of a document if they in good faith believe that the classification is incorrect. What is a classification challenge? A challenge is simply a way of questioning the validity of a classification marking. If you, as an authorized holder, have any questions about the classification of a document or even a portion of a document, then you have the right and obligation to question it. If you believe something that is classified should be unclassified, question it. If you believe something is classified at the wrong level, question it. If you believe something marked as unclassified should be classified, question it. Classification challenges can be either formal or informal. An informal challenge is as easy as calling up the office that sent you the document and asking for clarification on the classification of a document. A formal challenge must be in writing. Why are classification challenges important? A strong classification challenge program in every agency is vital to the success of classification management. It is a system of checks and balances to maintain the integrity of the classification system. It is much better to challenge a classification using established guidelines than for something to be sent to the Washington Post because someone believed it shouldn't be classified and wanted to make a point. As previously stated, all authorized holders are encouraged to question the classification of a document if they, in good faith, believe that the classification is incorrect. Agency heads and senior agency officials are required to establish procedures under which authorized holders of information are encouraged and expected to challenge the classification of information that they believe is improperly classified or unclassified. Individuals who submit a classification challenge must not be subject to retribution and must be advised of their appeal rights. The agency must establish and publicize the review process as well as the appeal process. Documents that are required to be submitted for pre-publication review or other administrative process pursuant to an approved non-disclosure agreement are not covered by this section but are a separate process. The implementing directive 32 CFR Part 2001 adds information requiring agencies to establish a system for processing, tracking, and recording formal classification challenges. Whenever an agency receives a classification challenge to information that has been the subject of a challenge within the past 2 years or is the subject of pending litigation, the agency is not required to process the challenge beyond informing the challenger of this fact and of the challenger's appeal rights, if any. The classification challenge provision is not intended to prevent an authorized holder from informally questioning the classification status of particular information. Such informal inquiries should be encouraged as a means of holding down the number of formal challenges and to ensure the integrity of the classification process. 32 CFR 2001 also lays out the timeline for initial responses and appeals submission. The agency has 60 days to provide an initial written response to the classification challenge. If they cannot provide a response within 60 days, the agency must acknowledge receipt of the challenge and provide a date by which they will respond. The agency must also advise the challenger that if no agency response is received within 120 days, the challenger has the right to appeal the challenge to the Interagency Security Classification Appeals Panel, or ISCAP. Finally, here is the contact information for our office. Feel free to contact us if you have any questions. Thank you.